All right, now I mentioned earlier a story that might have real impact on elections, whereas Trump colluding with Russia didn't. And here we go. It's from the Washington Times. More than 100,000 non-citizens are, as we sit here right now, registered to vote in Pennsylvania alone, according to testimony submitted Monday in a lawsuit demanding that Pennsylvania come clean about the extent of its problems. You remember during the 2016 election, and Trump was saying there might have been millions of fraudulent votes, and the drive-bys and the Democrats, oh, that's crazy. You're insane. You're a lunatic. You're a nut, just like we've approved it. You don't have any proof. You just run around. You shoot from the hip. You say these kind of stupid things. You're a dumb guy, Trump, blah, blah. And yet, trickle, 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 we learn of things like this. The Public Interest Legal Foundation, which has identified similar non-citizen voting problems in studies of Virginia and New Jersey, said Pennsylvania officials have admitted that non-citizens have been registering and voting in Pennsylvania for decades. But state officials have stonewalled requests for access to the data that could expose the problem, says the Public Interest Legal Foundation. You know who the president of the Public Interest Legal Foundation is? Way to go, Snurdly. I'm dazzled. I am impressed. You knew that. The president of the Public Interest Legal Foundation is none other than J. Christian Adams, who used to work in the Department of Justice, in the Civil Rights Division, and he retired when he was told by Eric Holder that they were not going to pursue the new Black Panther Party in Pennsylvania for obstructing voting on Election Day in 2009. Maybe it was 2008 or 2012. Forget which election it was, but Eric Holder said, my people we're not going to go after it. And J. Christian Adams said, well, okay, I'm out of here. And he formed the Public Interest Legal Foundation. He says Pennsylvania bureaucrats have concealed facts about non-citizens registering and voting, and that ends today. He said Pennsylvania had already admitted to a glitch dating back to the 1990s that had allowed non-citizens applying to renew driver's licenses to be offered the chance to register. But we know this has been going on. Now, we got this wacko mayor out in Oakland, California, who is actively helping illegal aliens evade law enforcement. She's actually advising them when ICE is going to be making sweeps and helping them avoid it. It's not a big stretch to think people would do that, would start monkeying around with voter registration rolls. Let's go to the audio sound bites. This morning on Fox and Friends, the president's favorite TV show, Brian Kilmeade is asking the acting director of ICE, Tom Homan, about the Oakland mayor. Her name is Libby Schaaf. And her TV announcement on Saturday warning illegal immigrants that an ICE raid was coming. Kilmeade said, did the mayor hurt that enforcement effort?
Oh, absolutely. What she did is no better than a gang lookout yelling police when a police cruiser comes in the neighborhood, except she did it to the entire community. I mean, it's beyond the pale. I've been doing this for 34 years, and this is a whole new low to intentionally warn criminals that law enforcement's coming. I just can't believe it happened.
They don't say police, they say 5-0. I mean, when you're anywhere and a cop car goes by, if you hear people yelling, 5-0, 5-0, then get out of their way because they're the bad guys. So Steve Ducey said, so we had a guy on a couple days ago whose son was killed by an illegal alien, and he suggested that what this mayor is doing is obstruction of justice.
What she did is intentionally put law enforcement officers at risk. These are American heroes that strap a gun to their hip every day to defend this nation. And to tell the criminals we're coming the next 24 hours, it's just incredible. I watched her statement when she says her priority is the safety of her community. What she did had exact opposite effect. So that community is a lot less safe than it would have been.
What about breaking the law? Why does that not enter the conversation? I know we can talk about the outcome of her stupid, risky behavior, but what about, is she not held accountable to the law? It's a sanctuary city and a sanctuary state. And remember, the California state officials have warned that ICE and Border Patrol are not welcome. You can't come into our state. And they have said they are going to be working with the illegals to help them avoid federal agents. You tell me that's not against the law? This is the American left today. This woman is a Democrat. Libby Schaaf is a Democrat. California, Dianne Feinstein, let me tell you something. Dianne Feinstein is not a moderate. Dianne Feinstein is in no way a centrist anything. Dianne Feinstein is not a moderate anything. Dianne Feinstein is a radical leftist. She just doesn't talk like one. And she doesn't sound like one very often, but she votes like one. And she thinks like one. And the California State Democrat Convention was held over the weekend. It was in San Diego. Some people got confused and thought it was Comic-Con, but it was a Democrat convention. And they did not endorse her because she's not liberal enough. They endorsed a guy from California, someone named Kevin DeLeon. But she is no moderate. And they're portraying her as a moderate centrist Democrat, was seen as an aging dinosaur and out of touch with California's new progressive. She's not out of touch with it. She's old is what it is. And they want some youth in there. She's had her time. But it's not that she's not liberal enough. She's every bit as liberal as they need. But still, California is even further left, and they're going left at a rapid rate. It's amazing.